KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there, good morning. Hope you slept well. It is Thursday, February 15th.
Thanks for joining us this morning. A little different out there. I didn't really need the jacket.
Did you have your windshield wipers going this morning?
No, it wasn't too bad for me, but I could tell that there was rain.
Yeah, there is a setting called hot second, and it's wipers were on that long today for me, Mike.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to be seeing around here. Maybe a little bit of mist because we got a ton of humidity. That really came back in here overnight as expected, and the temperatures are extremely warm. We are at 60 right now, and that dew point temperature is up to 58. So when those two numbers at 60 and that 58 are running neck and neck, you have relative humidities well up in the upper 90s, and that wind out of the south to southeast is just going to continue to pump all the humidity on in here. And the atmosphere just, it just can't hold that much more, so that's why we see some of this light mist. And then later on today it's going to be very warm, up to 74, so we're going to be on average 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees above normal. Aquifer yesterday dropped down 0.8 of a foot, and the allergens, we do have a lot of springtime allergens out there. Mold, ash, mulberry. Once again, no mountain cedar was showing up in yesterday's reading. We got some fog to deal with as well this morning, so you head out I-10, you're going to run into some up there around Bernie, but that one little patch. Go out 90, Port SA, gets thicker at Castroville, it gets really thick around Hondo. So this is something we have to watch out for, obviously, as it's going to get thicker as we approach sunrise this morning. And then got some pretty thick fog around Carrizo Springs as well, and down around Cotulla. So not everywhere, but just those thick little spots that we have to watch out for. And temperatures, everybody's in the mid-upper 50s, low 60s around here. And yeah, it sure doesn't feel like February. Warm, humid, a shower later on today, maybe 1 or 2 showers. Then we're going to see a few more developing tonight, overnight, and a good chunk of the day tomorrow. But again, take note, mainly down to the southeast, parts of the hill country, you may not even see any rain from this. And the rain's going to begin to taper later on. I think we still have a few leftover showers, especially to the southeast overnight and early Saturday. Front's going to move on through here, and we are going to have some colder temperatures and windy on Saturday. Clears out on Saturday night, Sunday, so it's going to be very cold Sunday morning. Then we go into next week. It's going to feel like spring around here, like mid to late March temperatures. How long will that last? And then any more rain after that. We'll get it all sorted out in just a couple of minutes. Hitting the roads this morning, Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez. What's cooking, sir?
All right, Mike. Yeah, things looking pretty good out there. Biggest thing that we're seeing right now is some light fog throughout the area. Just checked in with TransGuide, and they actually put up some of these cameras for us to check out. Look at this one, 281 at Bulverde Road. You do see some of the fog starting to get out there on the roadways, and a little bit of mist out there. Take a look here, 1604 Spurs Way and 1604 Marbach, same situation as well. So if you are about to head out, just keep in mind you might run into some of this fog in this area. So overnight, no major incidents or delays to let you know about. So that's good news out there for our drivers who are about to hit the roads right now. We do have some lingering construction that is still taking place here. I-10 eastbound at Woodlawn Avenue. This is all part of that big I-10 at the Y project that we've seen over the past couple of weeks or so, includes that metal plate that's over Frio Street right now, and that metal plate is still in place right now, but crews are starting to clear this out. I-10 eastbound at Woodlawn Avenue. The rest of the city, everything again looking pretty good right now. Biggest thing that we're going to continue to follow throughout the morning will be some of those foggy situations out on the roadways. As we take one more quick look here, TransGuide 151 and West Military, traffic moving pretty smooth there. 37 loop 410, the same situation there as well. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. The shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade leaves one person dead, at least 22 others injured, including 8 children.
Police have taken 3 people into custody, and now in the wake of the shooting, as ABC's NWIN reports, President Biden is once again calling for more gun control.
This morning, a deadly mass shooting shocking Kansas City, where the Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade had just ended. Video showing the moment chaos and panic erupted, people running for cover.
Everybody started jumping the rails and pushing everybody over.
Dozens injured, several struck by gunfire. Police say one person was killed, identified as Lisa Lopez Galvin, a mother of 2 and a DJ at a local radio station.
I'm angry at what happened today. The people who came to this celebration should expect a safe environment.
Most of the Chiefs football team had exited the stage in front of Union Station and concluded the rally, though thousands of fans were still out in crowds when shots rang out.
all of a sudden it sounded like fireworks, and we're like, oh, okay. And then my daughter yelled, get down, get down.
Multiple people, including Paul Contreras, were seen here tackling and punching one man believed to be a suspect.
No.
Oh, we tackled him.
We tackled him. Yeah.
When we tackled him, the gun came out.
Kansas City police confirmed multiple people were taken into custody. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes posting on social media he's praying for Kansas City, and tight end Travis Kelce saying he's heartbroken. The White House says it's in contact with officials on the ground and will keep a close eye on developments. President Joe Biden again urging Congress to pass gun control, saying the events should move us, shock us, shame us into action. According to the Gun Violence Archive, there have been at least 49 mass shootings in America this year alone. The president saying concerned Americans need to make their voices heard. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
We'll continue to track that story this morning. Now to an Amber Alert that went out to phones across the state earlier this morning. Law enforcement in Waxahachie, south of Dallas, are looking for 12-year-old Tanya Jackson. She is 5'7" with black hair and brown eyes. Police believe she is in grave danger. If you have any information on her abduction, call the Waxahachie Police Department at the number on your screen. That's 469-309-4400.
A big decision and a big deadline today for some San Antonio ISD families. Students at 15 SAISD schools can accept their newly designated school or choose the campus of their choice. However, the decision must be made by today. The most recent numbers show that more than 900 impacted families have still not made a decision.
Well, this morning we're taking you inside a scrapyard on the southwest side that could soon lose its license to recycle.
Time is ticking as Monterey Iron and Metal is just about a week out from its deadline to appeal the city revoking its license after multiple code violations. Now, we first brought you the story of Monterey in November when neighbors held a community meeting with city and state leaders to talk about their safety concerns living nearby the recycling center.
Our Avery Everett has been following the story and finally spoke with the family behind Monterey to discuss what they've done to save their business.
It's a terrible threat to a company that's existed for 100 years.
With its license to recycle on the line, Monterey Iron and Metal is making changes.
We've notified the city of that.
The scrapyard on the southwest side has just about a week left to appeal before the city revokes its license to recycle. And San Antonio's Development Services Department confirmed to KSAT that Monterey had multiple code violations that led up to this decision.
We feel like we have come to completion of our efforts to come into full compliance.
Some of these issues were reported as fencing not fully enclosing the recycling yard, no rodent barrier, salvage material being too close to the fencing, and weeds being too high.
We are trying to look the way that that they would like for us to.
Parts of the old chain link fence for Monterey are now sitting idle as they have now installed a new metal fence in the back of the recycling yard.
We disagreed with city on some of the requirements, and you know, that's just not a battle to fight.
Just past this here, the flag.
We got to look at the grounds of Monterey Iron for the first time to see its operation and progress that it's made.
It'll go up this incline conveyor, slide down that chute, and that's where it goes into the shredder.
When we visited, his crews were cleaning up. We saw how the scrap metal was being sorted.
Material, like I said earlier, goes up here. This is our finished product on the ferrous side. Ferrous meaning magnetic.
At a first glance, this yard was overwhelming.
I feel like when you look across this yard, to someone who isn't here every day, it looks messy, but you say it's all organized.
Mm-hmm. It is. And I can see where an outsider would see that.
With the clock ticking, Monterey hopes compliance is enough.
I would hope that in so doing, and by inviting them out here to find us compliant, would hopefully stop the process of revocation.
Because even if this operation looks to be in full swing, its license is still in limbo. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
It was rivalry night in the Lone Star State. The San Antonio Spurs were up in Dallas hoping to get back-to-back wins going into the All-Star break. Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama coming off a historic triple-double with blocks. Last night he was off to another hot start. The French big man nails a pair of triples to give the Spurs an early lead. San Antonio controlled the first quarter, but Dallas would go into halftime up by 5. Second half, Spurs might as well have stayed in the locker room. Kyrie Irving drives the lane, floats one in. That ignites the Mavericks' command of the game. Is Luka Doncic. He hits the step-back jumper. Doncic dropped 27 points, 9 rebounds, playing through injuries. Entering the fourth, Spurs' possibility for a comeback was bleak as Irving finds his spot in the corner pocket for 3 of his 34 on the night. So it did not go well. Spurs fall 116-93. Wemby had 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks. So a good night for Wemby. Let's head out to the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo for bull riding, and where the bulls were mostly the winners last night, except for Jake Gardner, a Canadian cowboy onboard Twizzler. Gardner had the only 8-second ride of the night, and there he goes. What a ride it was. Gardner scores a 83. Here's another look. Gardner in full control and even nearly landed on his feet. And that's a look at morning sports.
Time now 5:11 and 60 degrees for now.
Still ahead, why some Apple Vision Pro owners are starting to return their headsets, and it's not just because of the high price tag.
A mystery in Spain in the case of a Florida woman now missing for nearly 2 weeks. Up next, what her neighbors are saying about what she said before she disappeared.
And if you missed Mike's hit at the top of the newscast, he said be on the lookout for fog and mist on this early Thursday morning.
Welcome back. It's about 5:14. A Florida woman has been missing in Spain for nearly 2 weeks after texting her friend saying she met a man and planned to stay at his home. ABC's Trevor Alt has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, vanished.
This is a nightmare.
A deepening mystery in Spain in the case of a Florida woman now missing for nearly 2 weeks. Ana Nezovich was last seen by her neighbors in Madrid the night of February 2nd. Her friend Sana Ramo says the next day, Ana sent her strange text saying she'd met a man who lives 2 hours away and planned to stay with him for a few days, gushing over an amazing connection.
She wouldn't just disappear like this. The messages that we received on that Saturday afternoon was very bizarre. That was not like her. She wouldn't do something like that.
And the U.S. State Department tells ABC News they are aware of reports of a U.S. citizen missing in Madrid, Spain, and are working closely with local authorities as they carry out their search efforts. We'll have much more on that urgent search for answers coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Alt, ABC News, New York.
Time now 5:15 and 60 degrees for now.
Let's see if there are as many cars as we had out there early yesterday. Yeah, there are still quite a few on the roads, maybe not as many as this time yesterday morning. RJ is hunched over his screen trying to get you the very latest information on our early morning commute.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of unlimited for just $27.50 a line. That's half the price of Verizon or AT&T. So switch to T-Mobile and save. Mornings. Cough? Congestion?
I'm feeling better. All in one and done with new Mucinex Kickstart.
Headache?
Better now.
New Mucinex Kickstart gives all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. It's comeback season.
5:19 on your Thursday morning.
Yeah, we hope you had a good week so far. It was kind of different waking up, I guess, with fog and, not as cold and
a whole different, 180 from earlier this week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, seeing a little bit of people on the roads. Guys, I was going back to the bull riding segment. I was kind of fascinated by how they come up with some of these bull names. I looked up the most popular ones. Diesel's actually one of them. Diesel. Yeah, but Diesel's the one that definitely stuck out to me, especially when we're talking about traffic here. As we take a look at 37 at the Alamo Dome, traffic moving along pretty good in that area there. The Tower of the Americas in the background. 37 at Southeast Military. Same situation here as well, as we are seeing some fog out there and some mist, obviously, but fortunately that has not caused any major accidents or any major stalled vehicles or delays at this moment. See, as we take a look here at the rest of the city, and actually this just popped up. So interesting, I was just looking at the maps and I did notice a little bit of a backup here in the southwest side. So this will be something that I'll check out here in just a bit, because this literally just popped up in our maps. Looks like a stalled vehicle out for our folks in Von Army on 35. So we'll check that out here in just a bit. Do want to let you know about some road work that's going to be taking place in the downtown area. And this is going to be taking place through the end of this month. So if you live around the Southtown area, King William area, keep this in mind. There are going to be lane closures in place throughout the rest of February. This is going to be taking place during the middle of the day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They're actually remodeling and revamping the ADA ramps in this area. So there's going to be some lane closures here, basically at that intersection at Cesar Chavez and St. Mary's Street. So keep this in mind if you are going to be heading out again, Southtown and King William area in the downtown area. But as far as the current traffic conditions, things looking pretty good out there. 37 Loop 410. And again, I'll give us another look here and see what's exactly going on there on the southwest side in just a bit. All right, Mike, it's an anniversary of some sorts today.
Yes,
definitely.
Very infamous anniversary. Who remembers waking up to this 3 years ago?
Yep.
All of the snow out there, and yeah, what a difference 3 years makes. It was 50 degrees colder. That time we got down to 9. That's the record low temperature for this date. Yeah, and it was beautiful to see, but then obviously what happened in the week following with all the power outages and more snow around here, it was definitely a mess. And this is what, going back to the 14th and 15th, how much snow we did wake up to and got those days. 6 inches out there in Hondo, 4 in Crystal City, 5 in Sabinal, and a little closer in Leon Valley, 6 inches, almost 6 in Vault Verde. China Grove, 4 inches of snow, and 6 in Castroville. Canyon Lake had just over 6 inches of snow. And then again, we had the next wave of snow that came, what was that, following Wednesday, Thursday, and temperatures stayed so far below normal. Oh, no Wi-Fi in the studio. Sorry about that. It was a great picture of the snow back then. I'll show you that in a second. All right, we've got, you can see just kind of murky conditions out there at 410 with the very low clouds. The dew points, kind of the measure moisture that we figure out relative humidity with, and those numbers have gone up 15, 20 degrees just in the past 24 hours since this time yesterday, and the humidity is going to be sticking around for the next couple of days as well. So just, I don't know if I say get used to it, but yeah, it's going to be muggy today. It's going to be very warm. And also with these very high dew point temperatures, all the moisture around here, that's going to be feeding some of the showers that are going to be moving on in. And with the fog out there this morning, we may see, and some folks have seen a little bit of mist, some damp roads. Temperatures will stay steady, maybe fluctuate a degree or two. Then we'll start to slowly work our way up to 70 already at noon, and then top off at 74. I'm just going for plain old cloudy skies. If there's a peak of sunshine, great. Also, we will start to see maybe a couple little sprinkles developing here and there, a light little shower, but then more are going to start to develop later on tonight, which is what computer models are indicating very well. And this will be the situation then into the early morning hours. Rain throughout most of the, especially first half of the day. And again, the majority is going to be down here to the southeast. Now, this is one computer model that still wants to keep some rain a little further north. Some of the others do not. And this is going into tomorrow night and then early on Friday, I think, or early on Saturday. I think we have a couple of stragglers left over on Saturday. But again, this is the one that's more aggressive, keeping things further up to the north. The other ones want to clear things out. So I think we get obviously a clearer picture as we go into obviously later on this afternoon as well as tomorrow. 74 today, 65 tomorrow, thanks to the cloud cover as well as some of the rain out there. Then that front moves on through, and even a thunderstorm or two. Now, leftover rain early Saturday, then that's going to come to an end. Clouds will still kind of linger around here, and that combined with the front going to keep us only at 50. Windy conditions on Saturday as well. It's going to be a cold one. And then Sunday, we start off at freezing, 58 in the afternoon. Nice looking, but still cold. Do a complete 180, and it's spring for the middle part of next week, mid to upper 70s. More after this.
527, DuckDuckGo is adding a new sync and backup feature to its privacy-focused browser. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a search engine making it easier to connect its browsers across all your devices. A new sync and backup feature on DuckDuckGo lets you store bookmarks, email protection settings, and passwords on Apple and Android devices. Some people who purchased Apple's new Vision Pro headsets back on February 2nd have started to return them. That is because the 14-day return period expires tomorrow. Some complaints include headaches, eye strain, and discomfort, but other customers call the headset a mind-blowing experience and worth the $3,500 price tag. And with baseball season around the corner, there is a new feature for some MLB.TV users. The site's 4-game multi-view option is coming to Apple, Amazon, and Google TV devices. The feature was previously only available on desktops and laptops. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
528, 60 degrees.
And just ahead on GMSA, we're going to tell you what's next for a San Antonio police officer who is now suspended through April 7th.
We often hear about the dangers of smoking. Ahead on GMSA at 6, we'll hear from some of the voices of the CDC's new campaign and why they say you need to stay away from cigarettes. It's Thursday, February 15th. Mike was just telling us that the inventor of a favorite morning pastry has suddenly passed away.
The guy who, he was 96 years old, I was just reading, the man who invented Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
Yes, he worked for Kellogg's up there in Michigan, and and now we're going, okay, what's your favorite Pop-Tart? So
yes, that's true. Who doesn't like Pop-Tarts? Have you met anybody that doesn't like them?
Yeah, chocolate.
Love Pop-Tarts.
No,
Frosted
I haven't met anyone who doesn't like them.
Do we have Pop-Tarts in the break room?
I think we do. It's like a 2-pack. One of my favorites is the blueberry.
Oh, yes, those are good. Frosted blueberry. All right, this is what I was going to show you just a couple of moments ago. A picture taken back from 3 years ago, when we had, in the overnight hours, about anywhere from 4 or 6 inches of snow around there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was beautiful to look at initially, and then, of course, we had all the problems after that. But thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture from way back when. Whole different story, obviously, this morning. You don't even need a jacket out there, and you can see the low clouds. We do have some fog to deal with. Really, really warm temperatures. We're at 60 right now, and that number continued to go up in the overnight hours. The dew point, the measure of moisture, and all that moisture pumping on in here along with the low clouds, some of the fog around the area. We do have some mist, so the roads are going to be damp this morning. Visibility, Castroville, 3 miles. 3/4 at Bernie Stage, so that has actually improved slightly in the past about half an hour, down to a half mile though at Hondo. That's really the thickest fog as of right now. Well, we've got a mile visibility down there at Carrizo Springs, so it's not really widespread, but we will start to see it kind of thicken up in places as the morning rolls on, obviously toward sunrise. So mid-upper 50s, low 60s. I mean, normal low temperature is 45 here in town right now. A whole lot of spring allergens out there yesterday, and what's not showing up, of course, is mountain cedar, and what's not showing up yet either is oak, but of course, that's right around the corner. 70 at noon, 74 high temperature. With all the moisture still getting pumped on in here, a couple of light little sprinkles, some mist here and there throughout the course of the day, and maybe a shower this afternoon, but then we'll see a few more showers developing tonight, and then we'll move into tomorrow, and that's going to be the better rain chance around here. We'll talk about that when the front moves through, what to expect this weekend as well. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. So, mist, damp roads, any problems, RJ?
Yeah, Mike, starting to see a couple of things pop up here on our roadways right now, but want to show you real quick our TransGuide traffic cameras. You mentioned out there for people coming in from the Castroville area, the Hondo area. Take a look here at our camera that we have here at 90 and Loop 1604. So this is our traffic that's out there on the west side, headed out to 1604 and, of course, the Castroville area. I want to show you a couple more here real quick. Look at this one here, 281 Wilderness Oak. This is on the far north side, and we are seeing a lot of more mist out there over the past just 30 minutes or so. A lot more fog develop in our area. Let's see if we get a couple more shots here. I-10 and Camp Bullis traffic moving along pretty good in that area there. 35 Ben Zingelman, same situation there as well on the northeast side. So we did spot this stalled vehicle that we talked about before. We went to break earlier, so that is being reported right now. I-35 southbound at Somerset Road, so it's going to be affecting our traffic that's coming in from the Palo Alto Road area all the way to 410, not causing any major delays right now. So that's some good news, but something that we will continue to keep an eye on. The rest of the city, everything's looking pretty good right now. A lot of green on our screen. As you can see behind me here, biggest thing that we've been following overnight is some lingering construction that actually has cleared out from the downtown area. That was at I-10 and Hildebrand. That's going to be kind of continuing on as we continue to see all that construction there. I-10 from Frio up to Hildebrand as they work on that I-10 at the Y project. But again, biggest thing we're following at the moment, just fog throughout the rest of the city. Just make sure that you stay cautious if you're about to hit the roads anytime soon. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Today could be the day we get some answers regarding a disturbing attack on an 81-year-old man. The man was thrown down an escalator inside Dillard's at North Star Mall, and it was all captured on camera. Our Katrina Weber is live at Public Safety Headquarters, where police are expected to give an update on the case. And Katrina, we understand that the lead detective on this will be talking to members of the media.
That's right. This is something we've been pursuing since we found out about this attack earlier this week. Now, we were told these past few days that the detective was either off or unavailable. But again, at 10 this morning, we expect to sit down and get some answers. We, as well as people all over social media, have been wondering if this was perhaps if it was an unprovoked attack or if something may have happened beforehand. These are the questions that we've all had. The video shows a man walking up behind the victim on an escalator, then pulling him back down the moving staircase. The 81-year-old suffered major injuries to his head and body, as well as a broken finger. Police say both the man seen yanking him down the escalator and a woman who watched but didn't help the victim are suspects in this case. And since police released the video, we've all had questions, as I mentioned, whether this was an unprovoked attack or something happened before the cameras were rolling. And this did happen a couple of weeks ago inside Dillard's at North Star Mall. Police released that video earlier this week, hoping that they would get some leads. They told me that so far nothing has panned out and they have not made any arrests, but we do expect to get an update on the case and the victim's condition later on this morning at 10 this morning. Reporting live at Public Safety Headquarters, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. Things like failing to use a body-worn camera and admitting to having sex while on duty are just a few of the issues that led to a San Antonio police officer's suspension. Officer Javier Galvan is suspended through April 7th. It's the result of a last chance agreement he signed back in November. He was cited for multiple rules violations, including attentiveness to duties and responsibility to serve the public. City records show Galvan told an intern that he had sex with the victim of a domestic violence call to which he responded. He's also accused of sleeping on the job, failing to respond to calls, and failing to turn on his body-worn camera on 60 different calls for service during a 30-day period. KSAT called Galvan's union attorney for comment, but we have not heard back. There are more facts regarding Galvan's suspension. You can read those right now on KSAT.com. Well, this morning, lawmakers are urging Americans to stay calm despite a, quote, serious national security threat.
A warning about it is coming from the House Intelligence Committee chairman. This morning, CNN's Amy Kylie reports on how the U.S. is addressing the concern.
We are going to work together to address this matter, as we do all sensitive matters that are classified.
Members of Congress and the Biden administration meeting with defense and intelligence officials today, according to National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. They're addressing what House Intelligence Committee Chair Mike Turner calls a serious national security threat. Multiple sources say it relates to Russia's space capabilities, specifically a nuclear anti-satellite system. A former defense secretary and CIA director says if Moscow were to blind U.S. satellites...
Make no mistake about it, that would be an act of war because it would threaten our national security.
Russia's anti-satellite system is not yet orbital, according to 3 U.S. officials. And lawmakers with intelligence access are downplaying the concern.
Some people were calling in and asking should they rush for cover, somewhere of that nature. There's no need for anyone to panic.
I'm sorry that maybe the wording of the tweet or something led people to believe that this was a dramatic thing that needed immediate attention. It's not.
Turner says he released details to all members of Congress. He wants President Joe Biden to declassify the materials.
What the chairman was trying to do, perhaps, was to try to send a wake-up call to both the speaker and his Republican colleagues that Russia still remains very much a threat to the United States.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
5:39, 60 degrees.
A robotic lunar lander has launched into space one day after a technical glitch postponed the first launch attempt. Just ahead, what's next for the lander after it becomes the first American spacecraft to set down on the moon's surface since 1972.
And outside with Live Kim, out there we've got fog and mist, and it looks like it's actually getting a little bit worse as time goes by. We have eyes on the sky for you here on GMSA. Now to space and a new mission to the moon this morning.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert has a story.
Overnight at Kennedy Space Center, liftoff. This rocket is carrying what could be the first American spacecraft to land on the moon since Apollo 17 in 1972.
It's a quite exciting time, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
The private company, Intuitive Machines, built the moon lander known as Odysseus. If all goes well, Odysseus will touch down near the moon's south pole later this month and help carry out a host of NASA experiments. Why the South Pole? NASA wants to know if that's a good spot for future manned missions to the moon. The company that built Odysseus hopes to provide deliveries for those manned missions as well.
Food, supplies, instrumentation, power nodes for the Artemis crew so that their time is spent doing important crew science and crew activities.
But this is risky business.
And liftoff of the first United Launch Alliance Vulcan rocket.
Already this year, 2 other attempts to land on the moon went awry. Should this mission succeed, it would mark an important first step in exploring not just the moon, but points far beyond.
The moon has 1/6 the gravity of Earth and no atmosphere, so it's a much easier place to launch deeper into the solar system. It really is the launching pad into human exploration out into deep space.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
5:44, still 60 degrees.
If you need someone special in your life, how about this precious little pet? Aw, we're going to check in with Animal Defense League next.
I wonder how long it's going to take her to fall asleep if I keep this up. So Felicia's here. Yes, oh, you're getting sleep.
Oh my gosh.
From the Animal Defense League, I just got my custody. Who's this little one?
This is Sonia, and she is a little shepherd mix who is available for adoption. 3 months old.
She's going to be a big baby.
She's, yeah.
The size of those paws.
I know, her paws are huge.
We're getting kind of settled in here for this. She goes, she's heavy.
And you're going to get a good workout.
Just pleasingly plump.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, it's going to take the bigger bags of dog food and nice big backyard, lots of energy, good walking partner, running partner.
For sure.
The kids, everything else. So.
Yeah, she has so much energy. So, you know, as long as you're ready and prepared for a baby, yes, exactly. And she would be awesome.
And plenty of chew toys, too.
Yes, for sure. Plenty of chew toys, lots of toys in general, right, just to have and keep her just keep her busy, really.
Yeah. All right, you got some really big news to pass along.
Yes, definitely. So we have our Furry Tail Endings adoption special going on right now until next Monday. So we are super excited because an anonymous donor has covered all the fees for all of our pets. So all of our dogs, cats, puppies, and kittens, no matter the age, all of their fees are waived right now.
Everything with 4 feet.
Exactly. Maybe 3.
Or maybe
you never know.
Maybe 3. But everything's covered. Wow.
Yes.
And how does that go on?
Until next Monday. And of course, Monday is President's Day, so it is a holiday. So, you know, if you're out of school, work, whatever the case is, definitely come on by, visit us over the weekend, you know, all throughout this week.
And of course, they would still happily take donations too. Yes. And their wish lists, you know, go to the Amazon, everything like that. So if you'd like more information about this little baby, another kiss, thank you very much. Head on over to 1130 Nacogdoches, Paul Jolly Center across from the zoo, or adltexas.org. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Oh, Sonia was such a cutie. I like when their little paws just hanging out and then her tail was wagging the entire time. Yeah, definitely. But she was a big girl, so yeah, definitely find a good home for her. Taking a look right now at TransGuide traffic cameras, 281 Wilderness Oak. You do see a lot of fog and mist now out on the roadways right now, and that's kind of the biggest thing that we're going to be seeing throughout the entire morning here as we look here on the north side. And see if we can get a couple more shots here. 281, we have 1604 there at Spurs Ranch Road, and traffic is moving along in both directions there. But again, fog being kind of the thing that we're going to keep an eye on throughout the rest of the morning. We do have a stalled vehicle being reported eastbound Loop 410 at Fredericksburg Road. This was just reported by TxDOT, so we will continue to check up on that and see if it's causing any major delays here in just a bit. And we still have a stalled vehicle being reported 35 southbound at Somerset Road. But again, no major delays or incidents right now to let you know about. It seems that traffic is moving along pretty good throughout the entire city of San Antonio. As we get one more quick look here at some of our TransGuide cameras. And you know, Mike, we were talking about this, so we were going down, reminiscing a little bit about 3 years ago today, and so I had our editors pull up some of this video of some of the highways that we saw during this winter storm that we got back here back in 2021, and I did some quick research on the fly here. There were over 1,300 crashes or calls for accidents during the winter storm, over 40,000 emergency calls on the roadways, and more than 700 officers and TxDOT officials on the roads trying to just clear out this mess that we saw out there 3 years ago today, well, starting today, and it really, really did cause a major, major mess on the roadways.
Wow, that's cool. Thank you for having them pull that.
Yeah.
One of those shots, they were going down the road, you could see the power was out.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to think about that 3 years ago.
You know, and you think about it, because a lot of times we get, you know, ice events or snow events or something like that, it's one day. But no, this lasted all week long. Temperatures stayed down below freezing for almost a record amount of time, more than 100 hours. And then we got the second round of snow after that. So I just remember when we lost our power that Monday, the 15th, on this day, and then overnight, and when it finally came back on, it was 37 degrees in the house. That's what the thermometer read. And with a lot of folks, I mean, the same thing. So, yeah.
And forevermore, we will all have a twitch when it comes to winter storms around here.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's forget about all that. This is one that just because. And our granddaughter doing a little twinning today. The exact dress that our daughter wore.
What is the same one?
Yes, on Valentine's Day in 1988. Oh, that's a cute little picture. Thank you very much for that. All right, well, going back, you know, once again, thinking 3 years ago and then the comparison, nothing like that at all. I mean, you can see some of the haze out there, a little bit of the fog. There's some mist as well. I didn't see any coming into work. Mark, you said you saw like just a little speck of mist here and there this morning. So the roads are going to be damp in places, and we'll keep a little bit of fog around throughout the rest of the morning. It's not much right now. Temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s, and then we'll slowly warm up throughout the course of the morning. I think we'll just stay cloudy all day long. And again, as the moisture continues to get pumped on in here, a sprinkle, a little bit of mist here and there. And then by late this afternoon, we are going to hit a high of 74. Even a couple of showers are going to start to develop around the area, but then we'll start to see more tonight. So it'll just be sort of few and far between, which is what computer models are indicating. Again, maybe a shower here or there. And then as we go into the evening hours, we'll see more rain. The chances are there. It's going to be very limited. This is one of the more generous computer models, if you will. There's another one that's similar to it, but this does have more rain in the hill country. You're not going to get a lot. The majority is going to be obviously well down to the south, as we've been talking about, as you can see by tomorrow morning. Going to be a wet commute tomorrow, and then notice how it starts to taper a little bit more off to the northwest. And we still will keep a few showers around even into early Saturday morning. This is one of, again, the more aggressive as far as keeping some rain around Saturday morning, but things will continue, and everything's in agreement that we continue to clear on out as far as the rain is concerned. Now, cloud cover is going to be a different situation on Saturday. Clouds stick around a little bit longer, and then that's going to really obviously help to keep temperatures down. We may not even make it out of the 40s on Saturday. Humidity is quite high. Front comes through here, really drops the humidity down for Saturday and Sunday. But then look what happens right on the heels of that. Humidity shoots back up, so we get this quick little shot of cold air for the weekend, and then it is back to almost spring-like conditions by next week. As far as rainfall, again, some in the hill country, the vast majority is going to be well down to the south. Obviously, just to the north of San Antonio could use the most rain, but unfortunately you're not going to get the most, and that will be, like I said, down to the south, with even a couple of 2-3 inches possible down there, and limited amounts, perhaps a quarter of an inch, half an inch at best here in town. So here's what it looks like over the next 7 days. We're going to make it up to 74 today. This will be the warmest day of this week. 65 tomorrow, 50 Saturday, 58 on Sunday. We'll start off freezing on Sunday. It's going to be very windy on Saturday. And then again, with the humidity coming back up, look what happens by next week. We are going to make it up to the mid to upper 70s. Those are normal high temperatures mid to late March. So we go from a little taste of winter temperatures and then turn around. It's going to feel like spring. More after this.
We're running a little bit behind, so top stories in traffic are coming up after this.